It's been a tumultuous season. 5-14 record now. Coming in tonight, Raptor 0-10 on the road, but managed to get their first road win of the season and do it in resounding fashion. 119-93. A lot of individual brilliance on display from the players you wouldn't expect it from. Let's break it down in tonight's post-game show. I always let you guys know that we do content like this for every Raptors game. So you got to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. The main channel is making a late push for 18,000 subs by the end of the year. We're currently at 17,873 subs. The Reactions channel is getting nearer and nearer to that 2,000 sub milestone. Help us over there wherever you're watching right now, and make sure you do hit that like button as well to support this piece of content in particular. But my goodness, where did the Raptors pull this one out of? And where did they pull this one out of after that first quarter? First quarter was what I would describe. Some people call it a mid-off. That was an ass-off. That was terrible. Just horrible basketball from both teams. 21-20 in the first quarter. Sloppy play. The Raptors' game plan in this one was strange. The game plan was just, if the ball is in your hands, just fucking shoot it. Just shoot it. If you're outside the three-point line and the ball is in your hands, shoot it. Doesn't matter. Like, the Raptors were launching from three in the first quarter. It was super ugly. Raptors are the worst three-point shooting team in the NBA from a makes per game standpoint. The Pelicans coming into tonight had one of the worst. I think they were bottom two paint defenses, restricted area defenses in the NBA. So I thought the game plan would be, okay, attack the paint, give Barnes a runway, give Barrett the runway. No, it was just shooting, and it was terrible. It was horrible. But in the mix of that chaos from both teams in the first and second quarter lesser so, but still a bit of chaos. In the mix of the chaos there in the second quarter, the Raptors had a couple individual hot streaks, which gave them a 10-point lead at halftime. Right at the start of the second quarter, in like a 2-minute stretch, Jamison Battle knocks down 3 threes. RJ Barrett hits one of 2 free throws, of course, which puts him on a 10-0 run. That was big. Midway through the second quarter, Ochai Agbaji hits 3 threes in like 5 possessions. And that's good enough for the Raptors to not be playing very good basketball, but to be up by 10 points at halftime. I didn't really understand the game plan. It was bad. The defense was sloppy. I don't know where and how things turned around the way it did in the second half, but the Raptors shot out the gates the second half, completely changed their demeanor, completely changed the way they were playing offense, and it turned into a brilliant second half performance. And there were so many fantastic individual stat lines here. Raptors did a much better job of actually running offense, running sets. I don't mind taking open threes. Like, I think you got to shoot a lot of threes in the modern NBA. The Raptors took 52 threes tonight, but they took 29 in the first half of this game, which was just a little bit too much. If you're open for 3 and the Pelicans, and to the credit, the Pelicans were collapsing, taking away a lot of the paint, causing a lot of traffic there, that's fine, taking the open ones. But when Barnes is just dribbling, standing still, and then just yanking a 3, when Barrett's doing the same, like sometimes you just don't need to take those shots. And Barnes had a good game. He wasn't efficient at all, but he had a good game other than the shooting. But Barnes took 12 threes. Barnes doesn't need to take 12 threes. He had 8 at halftime. Okay, we don't need that many. Barrett had 6 3-point attempts at halftime. We don't really need that many out of RJ Barrett either. So he stopped doing that. Got a lot more patient on the ball to look for the proper shots. And again, it turned into some outstanding individual stat lines here. Where do we begin here? We'll start with the heavy hitters. Actually, you know what? Let's give a shout out to the guys who made the biggest differences today. Ochai Agbaji, 9 of 10 from the field, 6 of 7 from 3, 24.6 rebounds. He's a plus 33 tonight, best on the Raptors. This follows up his previous performance where he gets 24 minutes, was a minus 26, only had 1 rebound, 0 points. Darko Rajakovic calls him out after the game. What a way to respond. What a performance here. I also talked about Jamison Battle. Unreal performance. 24 points, 3 assists, goes 9 of 11 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3. Hit some big shots when the Raptors needed it. And a special shout out. Not one of the best performers in the game because there were so many good ones. But Jacoby Walter, wow, what a game. It's been a difficult rookie season for Jacoby Walter. Had a difficult college season with Baylor. Got drafted 19th overall by the Raptors. Injured, missed preseason. Came back, injured again, missed part of the NBA season. Returned for the Raptors 9-5. Averaged 16.5 points in a 2-game stretch. Good enough to get him called back up to the Raptors here. And amidst Raptors injuries, not wanting to disrupt the flow of the bench units, Jacoby Walter starts tonight. And what does he do on the first possession of the game? He makes a 3. Now, he missed a lot of threes for the rest of the game. He was 2 of 10 from 3. But other than 2 of 10 from 3, there was a lot to like about Jacoby Walter's performance. 14 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 6 of 14 shooting. And despite the inefficiencies, the best thing about Jacoby Walter's game today is that all of it was in flow, all of it was in rhythm, and everything looked like he looked the part. He looked like he belonged out there. He didn't look like a 19, 20-year-old rookie out here for the Raptors today. That was the most impressive part. And I think for a guy coming up into the league, this is the most minutes he's ever had in an NBA game so far. Like, the shot can be inconsistent. It was inconsistent in college. It needs some time to develop. But if the decision-making is there already, like this, there's a lot of promise and a good runway for him to kick on the rest of the season. Now let's go to the major guys in the Raptors. Scotty Barnes goes 7 of 23. I mean, he was launching tonight. 2 of 12 from 3. I don't like that. I debated. I'm still kind of debating whether, 8 first half 3-point attempts from Barnes. Is that Barnes just saying F it, taking these shots? Or is that Darko planning for this? Is Darko wanting these guys just to shoot a lot? Is that why Barrett took 6 first half threes? I lean to the latter. I lean that it was Darko game plan, just shoot the shit out of the ball from 3. But I don't like it. Hopefully we don't get that every game. But the rest of it was fantastic. He's also plus 33, tied for best in the Raptors. 17 points, 13 rebounds, dominated the glass today. 7 assists to go with it. Some sloppy turnovers, 5 turnovers. But Barnes played winning basketball today. Not as winning as it could have been. Some decision-making was off. But he was everywhere making plays. RJ Barrett, I wouldn't say I guess I criticized him in a video on the main channel today. He's been inefficient as of late. Been one of the more inefficient players in the NBA this season. I wanted the shot selection to get better. And in the first half, it didn't. But in the second half, he only took 1 3. He made it. He was 3 of 7 for 3. And he got to the rim way more. And he's 2 rebounds away from a second career triple-double. 22 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds. Fantastic stuff from RJ Barrett in the second half. Weird one from Pirtle. Only 2 points. Just couldn't get involved. But didn't really need him to. With so much great help around him. Shed, good minutes off the bench. Garbage time there. Mobo, good minutes off the bench. Boucher was 0 of 4, but I thought his energy was fine. All in all, like, a lot of great individual stat lines to like about this one. 119-93 win. Great offense. Great defense. The Raptors, both teams are shooting like under 40% in the early stage of this game. The Pelicans stayed there. They were 38.7% shooting, 31.4% for 3. Raptors just beat them up in the paint, I think, in the second half. Like, what were the points in the paint here? They're 50-50, so I guess the shots, or I guess when you take that many threes, some of it's bound. Yeah, look at that, 21 threes made. I thought they beat him up in the paint in the second half. I didn't check the first half stats there, but it just seemed that way. 95 shots taken here by the Raptors. Possession battle was pretty even here, but 50% from the field, 40% from 3. Not great, a 4-12 from the line. Now that's concerning, but it doesn't cost them here. Couple extra offensive rebounds, 1 less turnover. Okay, part of it was sloppy, but it was an efficient night overall by the Raptors. And it started with the Battle threes and the Agbaji threes, as I said, in the second quarter. And then Barnes and Barrett leading the way in the second halves. A lot of great stuff. A lot to like about this game. In the end, Raptors, one more game on the road here before heading back home. I'll just pull up the schedule here. Yeah, NBA Cup game on Friday against the Heat. That's also the same day Amateur merch drop. Make sure you check out Amateur merch dropping November 29th, which is Friday. Shirts, hats, and stickers. Then you get Sunday at home against the Heat, which starts a 5-game homestand against the Heat, Pacers, Thunder, Mavericks, and Knicks. So the schedule doesn't get any lighter here, even though it's heading home. Could still be some tough ones ahead, but this team has been competitive. I imagine they'll stay competitive. They'll probably still keep losing games, but seriously, a lot to like about the Raptors and performance tonight. That'll do it for the post-game show. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, because remember, we do content like this for every Raptors game.